All right, so I want to go ahead and make this video short and sweet, right? Directed toward what we call trolls now, or just pretty much uneducated people who comment and watch videos of either they are professional bodybuilders who have taken certain compounds and they've experienced them, they have anecdotal evidence, and they tell you what applied to them and how it worked for them and or their clients, or videos that are made by physiologists, chemists, biochemists, people with degrees in teaching and science, and PhDs, people who have gone through residency in hospitals, people have gone through medical school, whether they are continuing medicine or they're dropout medicine, whether they're a continual researcher or not, whether they innovate, formulate, or manufacture the supplements, and or own the companies and have daily consultation with these people or weekly consultation, however they have it set up. Now, myself, I'm a physiologist, I'm a kinesiologist, I have a background in all this, and I legally cannot disclose, or I legally cannot diagnose people. However, I consult on specific uses of diet nutritional supplements and diets and nutrition advice to get people to become optimal. Okay, I understand the physiology, I understand the biochemistry, I understand organic chemistry, I understand how to make certain compounds and how they're made in labs. I know how to use labs, I know how to use lab equipment, I know how to read studies, I know how to manipulate studies in order to get a specific funding from government entities or pharmaceutical companies. I understand all that. I've been through it. I've been through the trenches. I am in my 30s. Okay. What's stupid is how people will watch your videos, which, that's actually needed. I mean, thank you to all those people who actually watch videos. I mean, I'm a very, very small channel. I am a freckle of a channel. And comments are very far and few, but I can't even imagine, I can't imagine the amount of misinformation out there from people comment on videos saying that this person's wrong. Like people like who are on the Think Big bodybuilding community, who are on Fuad Abiyad's podcast, who are on the E-lifts. There's a lot of different forms, whether like Mark Bell's podcast. There's a lot of information out there coming from very smart people who have or are involved in the community, or they actually have used it. Okay, like I've said before. Now, comments that are made when it talks about like how to use specific peptides, whether I do a video on a peptide or just informative videos of like what I have done or what clients have done, or what I've seen made or utilized in the healthcare and the doses. People aren't going to publicly tell you some of these things. They have to charge or make a living off of some of these things that they consult on. Now, a lot of people like to post pictures and progress photos. However, again, a lot of that can be manipulated to look like a progress photo. It could not even be that person's client. There's a lot of those frauds out there. Now, there's a lot of people out there trying to help improve the community by exposing these frauds, right? So, and they've been on that Think Big bodybuilding community. I think the guy's name is Goob or something. But also like Blue Taylor, he does a really good job of showing his clients updates, and I don't see that being fake. But there's a lot of people out there that saturate the community that give false information. And the problem with a lot of these trolls is that they don't have profile pictures, they don't have channels of their own. Their Instagram might be private, maybe they don't have Instagram, maybe they get all their information from TikTok or from forums back in 2000s, right? I mean, people were putting just random crap on forums and they're getting the information where they don't even, some of these people weren't even born then, right? I mean, you can't go back and be like, oh, on this forum it said this. And it doesn't matter whether it's from the UK forums, US forums, Australian forums. You also can't look at medical practices in the UK versus the United States or other countries. There's a lot of conflicting regulations within countries, okay? Even like in the Middle East and to the United States. So you can't compare apples to oranges or apples to sweet potatoes, right? Like you can't. And people think that science is a definitive, like there's an absolute. Science is not absolute. I'm sorry. So we can draw, like we can create synopsis and we can apply certain principles, but those principles always have a variable that n equals 1, right? There's always going to be a variable. There's going to be actually tons of variables within the human body. I was talking to someone today who's a professional eater, like a competitive eater, and it's fascinating what the body can do. By science and physiology, this person should be dead, right? There's a lot of things going on with all of these systems and organs in the body when consuming large amounts of foods, processed foods, sugars, fats, proteins. I mean, it is crazy. Water in general, okay? The stress that it causes, the expansion of certain tissues, and every organ has like a different tissue, like it's made up different, right? It's crazy. And for these people to comment on videos, it helps the videos grow and the channels grow and to get more information out there. But if you comment on someone's video and you don't have a profile picture or anything backing up showing that you actually know what you're talking about, then by all means, you probably shouldn't comment. Just comment with a freaking fire emoji, okay? Like, I don't understand why you're doing this. You are most likely one of those people that are little like Gymshark boys that take off your shirt that look like you still need to work out, and you take photos in the gym, selfies and stuff like that. There's some ducks walking across my road, but it is aggravating because you people are going to screw up with our youth. You're going to give them false information, and you're going, like, who's going to listen to a 20-year-old who just started certain compounds and who's reading certain forms back in early 2000s, and you're in your 20s and you're just starting these things, or you're 17 years old and you think that you know more because this bodybuilder that you love and you admire said this one thing back in the 2000s, or says it now, and he's probably joking, right? Like, you really don't know. And to try to persuade others that you do know, it's a terrible, terrible thing, and you're going to destroy someone's life in the future. And then that person, again, what if they have a coach and they listen to your advice and then they blame the coach, but then they don't tell the coach that they're taking your advice? There's a lot of dirty stuff going on. People need to sit back and you need to experience it for yourself. I am not a bodybuilder. I'm not. I am a power lifter, okay? So what I do is for powerlifting purposes. I don't follow the norm of powerlifting, nor do I follow the norm of bodybuilding. I follow the norm of my body, and I go by what I feel best. I've been thin and strong. I've been thin and weak. I've been fat and strong. I've been fat and weak. I've been, variety of different body types. And I'll tell you what, your body will tell you how you feel. And if you are good with a certain compound, if you're not good, and all these things you have to take note of. And guess what? It takes years. It takes years and years and years. And guess what? On top of that, every 7 years, your body changes, right? It can gain or lose tolerances of allergies. And it can even, be more or less years than that. But on average, every 7 years, you gain or lose tolerances to certain things. And certain compounds can cause certain histamine responses. Certain foods, the same thing. Certain lifestyle habits can cause different stresses, and then that can release a histamine response. But then you can't take a histamine blocker, an H1 or H2 histamine blocker, because it might do different things in your body. You might react differently. There's just a lot of variables, and it's a rant. This is a okay, it's not a short rant, but it's under 10 minutes or 10 minutes. It's a rant that needs to be heard because it's just more and more saturated with dumb comments. Like these dumb people with letters as their profile pictures because they can't upload a profile picture. That needs to be some sort of like regulation, maybe, or maybe you need to like pay money to that person that you're about to comment on their video. So let's say like you want to comment on someone's video, you don't have a profile picture, right? Or you don't have like anything linking that to who you are. Maybe you got to pay that person $1 to comment, right? I mean, there's got to be some sort of regulation. Someone should, if a video content creator is taking a lot of heat from someone, from trolls, I think they should be somehow compensated by this stupidity of this other person. If you don't want to show yourself publicly, then you should have to pay. That's, you know, I mean, that's the way it is. Plus, that content creator gets money. Google gets a percentage of that. Maybe we even do $2, $5. I mean, shoot, man, y'all pay like $4 for a Starbucks. You can afford a $3 comment, right? I mean, if you want to stay anonymous, you know, and run your mouth. But and you guys can say all you want as far as like I go. I don't get offended, but I feel bad for our children and for the people coming up, because that's what I am about. I'm about the future, and I give my opinions about things, and I share that with people, and I share it for free a lot of times. I consult free for a lot of things, and I just look to have some sort of success, and hopefully they have a better lifestyle in the future. So say what you want about me, about whatever about me. I mean, I am what I am, but you can call me small, you can call me fat, you can call me skinny fat, you can call me whatever you think I am, but you know, I'd be glad to meet people in person. I already post where I live. I live in Riverview, Florida, so near Tampa, Florida. I'm glad to meet people in person and work out with people, or even consult with people. I do Zoom, so that way I can record my timing and at least get some sort of compensation during taxes, you know. But yeah, consultation's free. If you ever want to talk, then go ahead. We'll just record it, and then we put it up on the internet, and we'll be good to go. And we can you know, see who people are. And I think that there's a way to regulate this misinformation, and I think charging people might be the best idea, because that's the one way to hurt people, is through their pockets. Anyways, end of the rant. Coming up 12 minutes. So share this with whoever you want, whoever you think it's actually useful for. That's it.